Oh, yeah. It's that time. It's 10 a.m. It's Wednesday. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Kyle Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. Could I get a roll tide? Up inside the comment box. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for kicking it with me right here on Bama football on YouTube. Today is Wednesday. It is October 22nd. I hope you are all having an amazing week going into another pivotal game against South Carolina. Thank you so much for kicking it with me each and every day right here on Bama football on YouTube. News as it happens, daily show. About to have a good show today. Today's a call-in show. So you know what to do. After I finish my morning segment, hit me up. I'll put the call-in line on the screen. You guys call in. We'll talk about this Alabama football team that is absolutely on a rocket ship, right? The way that they have played week by week, I mean, everybody's starting to talk about them. And I think kind of in my opening monologue, I got to highlight these two because, my goodness, can I get a thumbs up inside the comment box? I saw this yesterday. Alabama released some footage of practice as they usually do on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I was like, wow, this particular shot of Ryan Grubb and Coach Kalen DeBoer. Can I get a thumbs up for this duo? You know, there's a lot of different duos in life, right? We can name a bunch. By the way, name your favorite duo, you know, outside of Coach Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb inside the comment box. But, man, you know, these two guys together, as soon as Ryan Grubb was officially coming here to Alabama, I knew it was about to get serious. And I think even last year, Coach Kalen DeBoer, he struggled without Ryan Grubb. And I think Ryan Grubb struggled without Coach Kalen DeBoer. Okay, that doesn't mean that these two guys have to be tethered forever, but yo, sometimes things just work, right, when they're connected. These guys have clearly found a winning formula, and the stats on the screen show it. From 2007, 2009, when they're at Sioux Falls together, 41-2, right? Took it up a notch and went to Fresno State, 22-6. You go out to Fresno and win 22 games, right? That was in 2017, 2018. They're like, let's take it up again. Washington, 25-3. Played for a national championship. Hey, let's turn it up again, right? Take it to Alabama. Here they sit at 6-1. I certainly knew that Ryan Grubb really came on my radar when Coach Saban wanted to bring him over. Clearly, Ryan Grubb knew that he had a great thing going on at Washington, and he wasn't about to mess with that, right? That's why he turned down Coach Saban. I think that, honestly, Ryan Grubb felt, you know, hey, I could stay at Washington, coach in the NFL, but I thought Ryan Grubb probably thought he had a shot to become Washington's next head football coach. He's a head football coach in waiting, but all things in time. He's followed Coach Kalen DeBoer here, there, and he's given him amazing opportunities. These guys are lightning in a bottle together. 6-1, this team is a lot better than last year. And I knew as soon as Ryan Grubb was announced to come here officially that it was about to turn up. And you look to how the offense has operated, right? And I get it. We'll get there and we'll discuss the lack of running game because I know Alabama's ranked 103. And I don't think that's on a particular player. That might just be how teams are playing Alabama. I don't know. There's a million different ways to talk about the Alabama run game or lack thereof. But I think overall, these two certainly have a chemistry. And look, Kane Womack not pictured in this photo. He's been doing a better job each week as well. So collectively, the staff, they have a lot of cohesiveness. I'm glad that Ryan Grubb is here, and these guys absolutely win games together. So that's kind of my opening on Ryan Grubb and Coach Kalen DeBoer. Man, love to see it. Those guys absolutely balling out. It's Black Hoodie time, right? This is like the era of the Black Hoodie. Let's do some AM shout-outs, see who's up inside the crib today on Bama football on YouTube. We got Tyler. Tyler's leading off, man. Tyler, what's up, man? Good to see you. We got Max Tooney up in the place. We got Young C. Dano, good morning to you, bro. Chris Waltman, what's up, man? Stay relentless, man. Young C, good morning to you as well. We got Bruce Williams, right? Bruce Williams, check it in. Mindy Miss Careless, what's up? Big Chevy 205. Crystal Jones, what's up? Robert Bradley Jr. checking in. We have Broderick as well. We got Randall Lar. What's up, Randall? Good to see you, man. Good morning. You having your coffee yet? King's Family Reacts coming to us from LaGrange, Georgia. Jermaine King, man, what's up? How you doing, Jermaine? Andy coming to us from Denver, Colorado. He's our West Coast sub. We got a bunch of West Coast. That's why I like to kind of have the nightcaps too. It kind of gives us some time for our West Coast peeps to jump on, right? Miss Debbie Hanson, what's up, Debbie? How you doing? Good morning to you. Hope you're doing all right this morning. Sean the Explorer, good to see you inside the comment box. Big crew in here. The Baby Yaga. Oh, yeah. Nicole Covington, what's up? CJ, my boy out in Webtunka. Good to see you, man. Bruce Williams, you're up in Indiana. That's what's up, man. Shaq Adams, man. One of my favorite names right there. Shaq. Shaqin'. Coach Smith, what's up, dog? Good to see you, bro. Coach Smith, why can't Alabama run the ball? You tell us inside the comment box. Kerry Collins, what's up? What's up? Good, good. All right. All the fams doing well. Love to see it. I see a lot of y'all are already fan funders of the program, but if your name is not in green, or if you're wondering, like, why can't I use the emojis that are inside the comment box, and I should update some of the emojis, it's because you're not a fan funder yet. But your opportunity to become a fan funder is really easy. All you got to do is hit that join button. There's many different tiers, and click on those, and I appreciate the support. It's easy to cancel. Easy to sign up. Just hit that join button, and kind of away you go to become a fan funder. And special shout out to our fam who has recently joined. We got Neil. Thanks so much. We got Carl. We got J2415. We got Hunter Oswald. Mitchell. We got Keller. We got Mr. Williamson, CC12, Deidre. All relatively new to the undefeated official, right? The kickoff for the game in South Carolina should be absolutely beautiful. The weather should be magnificent this weekend. 65 for the tailgate, 68 for game time, and the fourth quarter temperature of 70 degrees. Beautiful out in Columbia. I've never been there. I'm sure that stadium is going to be popping. This is their homecoming, right? But did you see that they were actually chanting Fire Mike Shula? You saw that. That happened yesterday. That was crazy. All right, here's a look at the SEC and kind of the games that are taking place this Saturday, October 25th. All right, so let's make some picks real quick. Some Wednesday picks. Who are we taking? Ole Miss or Oklahoma? Ole Miss or Oklahoma? Who wins that game? It kind of feels like Ole Miss wins this game. I don't know. You know, I've been saying for a long time, I kind of felt like the jury's still out on Ole Miss, and I know they played Georgia well. Couldn't close the door on the Bulldogs. Took their first L. I kind of feel that, does Ole Miss win this game? All right, I might say Ole Miss in this one. I don't know why. You know, Oklahoma has a salty defense, and they're always going to have a salty defense under Brett Venables. John Mateer, maybe he's a little bit more healthy. They got punched in the mouth by Texas. This should be a great game. I'll be watching this game at 11. See a lot of people inside the comment box going with Ole Miss. Yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting game. Jarvis, what's the spread on this game? I put it, I guess I go, man, Ole Miss, like 3.5. Something like that. Amber Nicole, what's up? Let's see what she has to say. Amber says this: Ohio State fans getting spooked at how good Bama is. They keep on saying the new dynasty and nobody's beating them. You know what? So I want to talk about this. I'll come back to the SEC in just a minute. But, you know, I've been posting graphics recently for Alabama, kind of, you know, their resume. And Ohio State fans are like, well, you lost. You lost to Florida State. And I'm like, I understand that. But you're pumping your chest. Think about this. I'm going to stop the music. Think about this. Help me out. Please help me out understand this, because this has been something I've been like trying to figure out how to properly say, okay? I feel that, like, with Ohio State, their schedule, okay? And look, they're a good football team. I have them as number one. But they are pumping their chest about beating Texas. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that Texas team, that's who their best win is. I'm not kidding you. They beat Texas when Texas was number one. That Texas that just went into overtime with Kentucky, right? We can talk about week one, sure. Let's talk about it. 14-7 at home against that Texas team. a team that is pretty much irrelevant here in the SEC right now. Do you get what am I making sense? So, like, Ohio State, are they a good football team? Yeah. Hell yeah, they are. Julian Saint balling out, right? Defense, great. Only allowed 41 points all season long. But you're pumping your chest about beating number 1 Texas in week 1. That Texas team. Yo, that Texas team, they're not even on the radar over here. So, look, they're a good football team. Ohio State and Alabama, I hope they get their time to play later on in the season. The same thing with Indiana. I mean, they can pump their chest about beating Oregon, but they don't play nobody else, okay? So, yeah, everybody. That's why I always tell you Alabama will be judged the hardest by everybody because they lost that stupid game. But it's kind of the irony is if they didn't lose that game to Florida State, they probably wouldn't be as good as they are now. You see what I'm saying? So, anyways, back to reality. There goes Grad. All right, so we got Auburn taking on Arkansas. Is this Auburn's first win in the SEC? I don't know. Arkansas has been playing pretty good since they got rid of Sam Pittman. I don't know. The games in Arkansas, maybe I'll take the Hogs again. They still can't fire Hugh, though, right? Hey, London, what's up, man? I see you inside the comment box, bro. I don't know. Maybe Auburn wins this game. Maybe Arkansas does. I don't know. Weird game. All right, Missouri and Vanderbilt. Ooh. I love this matchup. I'm taking Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, I think, is a better team. I think it comes down to, once again, kind of the quarterback play, right? In a game like this, it's in Nash Vegas. I think College Game Day is coming here, right? So give me Vanderbilt in this game. I'll take Diego Pavia over Prbula. So Vanderbilt, I think they'll move to what, like 7-1 on the season? They're number 10 on the year. Yo, Vanderbilt is going to be right there. I'll take Vanderbilt. All right, Texas taking on Mississippi State. Ooh, we got are we going for Stark Vegas over here? You know what? This might be an interesting game. I'm telling you, Mississippi State is better than people give them credit for. I don't know about this one. It'll be on my radar, clearly. You imagine if Texas loses to Mississippi State? You go to Stark Vegas and find out. Okay, we got a couple more. Texas A&M, LSU. Who we got? Oh, man. I could see Texas A&M losing this game. I really could. They're going on the road. LSU, they're a mid-range. I might take LSU in this game. Look, Texas A&M, I've already told you how I felt about Texas A&M. Who have they beat? They beat one ranked team, which is Notre Dame, by 1. Other than that, they haven't played a ranked team in the SEC. They played all the lower level teams in the SEC. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't know. A&M, a lot of people feel that A&M is a good football team. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Somehow, maybe the corn dog smell gets to him. Marcel Reed's blowing up, but I don't know. Robbie Oots is saying that LSU gave up. We'll have to see. We'll keep that on the watch list. And then Tennessee going to Kentucky. I have high confidence that Tennessee is able to take care of that one. Tennessee, I was listening to kind of some post-game press conference. This is a team that feels they should have beat Georgia, and they feel that they missed on too many opportunities against Alabama. That's a sign of a team that's not good. You have to take the most of your opportunities against anybody, right? So 2 losses for Tennessee. I know they're upset about it, but that's what it is. The Black Hoodie will be taken to Columbia, right? The Black Hoodie has already sliced up Wisconsin, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri, Tennessee. It's already in glass casing at the Bryant-Denny Museum. The Bear Bryant Museum, rather, my bad. And he has more than one hoodie, and he's taking it to South Carolina. No ashes on it from the win against Tennessee. All right, looking at South Carolina at a glance. Yo, this is like all the rat poison. All right, you got Lenore Sellers. Man, I wonder if he felt that he should have transferred. Remember, didn't he get an offer to transfer? I'm talking about the quarterback right here, Lenore Sellers. to like transfer. Wasn't it crazy? It was some crazy deal. I want to say it was like, was it like $6 million to transfer somewhere? I wonder where that was to. And I wonder if he's like, man, I should have transferred. Guy's only thrown 5 touchdowns on the season. 5, just 5. Okay. 3-4 overall, 1-4 in SEC play. South Carolina, these numbers are crazy. South Carolina, they are ranked number 127. Was it 2 million? Someone's saying 2 million. All right. Ranked 127 in total offense. 127? Is that like the lowest ranked team from the SEC's ever been in offense? That's just mind-blowing to me. And the crazy thing is what a complete change, because Alabama has been playing teams that have been, ranked in that top 5 window for 3 consecutive weeks. I forget where Georgia was, but I know that Vanderbilt was in the top 5. I know Missouri was, and I know Tennessee was as well. And Alabama limited all those teams, right, in terms of scoring. So now playing 127, shoot, that's wild. The only thing that kind of makes me a little bit nervous is this quarterback. And if you listen to Coach Kalen DeBoer's press conference on Monday, he said the same thing. He's like, you have to get multiple hats to this guy because he shakes off the first defender. I seen him throw on the run. That is wild. Yo, he can throw. This guy, I'm telling you. And he has a couple wide receivers. This is even more reason for Alabama to kind of drop the hammer on these guys, because people will refer to these stats and say that, look, Alabama didn't blow them out of the water 42-0. They're still not a good team. You see what I'm saying? But if you were Indiana and you beat Iowa 20-15 on the road, you get rewarded. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Let me ask you this. Let me phrase it like this. Yes or no? Yo, Nick Harbor is dope. He's a wide receiver. Yo, Antoine, 6'5". He's like 220. He's good. I don't know how fast he is, but he's good. All right, so let me ask you this. If Alabama wins by just a touchdown, by 7 points, okay? Not even 5, like Indiana beat Iowa by 5. I'm saying by a touchdown. If Alabama wins on Saturday by just a touchdown, will they be criticized for that victory? Yes or no? Yeah, that Nick Harbor, man, I'm telling you, I watched the game against Oklahoma. I did the rewatch. He's impressive. I didn't really have a chance to see him like run in space, so I guess you guys are saying that he's really fast. But yeah, he's a problem for sure. I think they would be penalized. I do. See, Dano, I'm with you. I'd be more like critical on that. And I think they'd be like, yo, you went to South Carolina, you only won by 7. You only beat Missouri by whatever, 3. You only beat, So I think in a game like this, the stats, it kind of reflects. But I still think it's a hard game. It's a road game in the SEC. There you go, Lil Fat. Thank you. Right? South Carolina is also ranked 102 in pass offense. They're ranked 120 in rush offense. I mean, Bama's barely, ahead of them there. I think Alabama's ranked 103. I have that graphic coming up next. South Carolina is ranked number 41 in total defense, and South Carolina is ranked number 113 in scoring offense. Wow. Struggle bus. For the Alabama Crimson Tide, they're ranked number 22 in scoring defense, ranked number 33 in scoring offense, ranked number 42 in total defense, ranked number 11 in pass offense, ranked number 103 in rushing offense, and ranked number 25 in total defense. Is that right? Yeah, ranked number 25 in total defense. No, yeah. Yeah, that's right. So my question for you is on the bottom here in the red text, number 103. How is that concerning to you? And I've started to see comments inside the comment box. Like I posted a graphic this morning and it had Jam Miller. And I think people are starting to think that Jam Miller is the issue with the running game. And I have to disagree, fam. I think that you saw what Jam Miller was capable of for 3 consecutive SEC games, and we had no issue with what he was doing, right? Let me rewind. It was against Georgia, 46 yards. Against Vanderbilt, 137 yards that he had. He's the only running back to go for over 100 yards. And then against Missouri, he had like 80 yards before he got knocked out. So coming back against Tennessee, people were like, yo, he's not running north and south, which I agree. But I don't know. Like, it felt like it wasn't a Jam Miller issue. I felt that Daniel Hill came in and things changed. But I don't think he's the issue, man. I think Daniel Hill's an added bonus to what you have with Jam and an added bonus to what you have with Kevin Riley. But it's perplexing to me why this team can't run the football, right? I mean, this kind of is a constant thing. And the interesting point of this is usually when you can't run the football, you can't control the time of possession. But I was watching Shane Beamer, his press conference from yesterday, and he was like, this team does an amazing job controlling the time of possession. And they do it because Ty Simpson is absolutely so efficient. Now, I have a graphic that I'm working on for later today. I got to do all the numbers because I'm trying to dive into it. But I was going over all the quarterbacks that I've covered here since 2017 and going through them stat by stat. I think I've talked about this since, through the first 7 games. The only quarterback that has had a better season through the first 7 games compared to Ty is Tua in 2018. I want to say, and again, I don't have the stats directly in front of me. It's a project I'm working on for later on today. But I think Tua through 7 games, you can correct me, but I want to say it's something crazy. It's like 27 passing touchdowns and 0 interceptions in 2018. But other than that, then it's like Ty is right there. And that's just through 7 games, okay? So it kind of shows you, and my point is the efficiency of Ty Simpson moves the football. He is absolutely efficient and probably one of the most efficient quarterbacks we've had in quite some time. And I know it's only 7 games, but it is what it is. Right here, he's on the Heisman leaderboard. I'll go full screen in case you can't see that full graphic. But he's at plus 320 on FanDuel. Fernando Mendoza right behind him, 340. And then you have Julian Sain at plus 400. Did you all see this too? On the right, Parker Brailsford is talking to the media. And Ty Simpson comes and gives him a big bear hug. And he's like, yo, everybody wish my center a happy birthday. I think Parker Brailsford turned 22. So happy birthday to Parker Brailsford. And I have this to say to Parker Brailsford before I get to my next slide. Yo, Parker, bro, you have been one of the best transfers to ever come to Alabama. Probably the second best transfer after Jahmyr Gibbs. Offensive linemen don't get credit. You need credit. I would imagine, if you continue to play like this, you're up for the Remington Award. You were the transfer that Alabama added first. Coach Kalen DeBoer knew it after Seth McLaughlin, and you were doubted, even by me. I didn't think that you had the size. I didn't think that you had the tenacity. I didn't know that you could run the ball like a running back. I didn't know you could catch the ball like a receiver. This guy has a reception, and remember that fumble that he ran where he looked like a running back? So I just have to say, Parker Brailsford, bro, not only happy birthday, bro, but you are an absolute dog, and you are the best center in college football. This football team, you can replace some guys because the depth is so good, and you'd be fine. I've talked about that, right? You can't replace 72. That guy is playing elite level football. I looked at the Pro Football Focus numbers. They're a little bit lower than I expected, but man, yo, you're doing it, bro. And you have taken this offense to another level. I'd love to see the relationship with anytime you want to make, the center has to be the smartest player on the offense. Parker's doing it at a very high level, and that's just facts. Number 72 is an absolute dog. Glad he's here. Hey, fam, as you know, this video is powered by our friends at Sleeper. Okay, so as we always do, we're going to do some more or less for this weekend. And the numbers are in for Alabama versus South Carolina. Okay. So if you download Sleeper, you get just $20 added to your account. and you can get a $100 deposit match up to $100. So you put $100 in, you get $100 from Sleeper, right? So for more or less for this weekend, I have a question for you. For Ty Simpson on the left right here, and you have Lenore Sellers on the right, let's start with Ty. Will Ty throw for more than 263 yards against South Carolina? More or less, 263 against South Carolina. Type M for more, type L for less. You know, this is an interesting one. It felt like the last couple of weeks I've said more, and it kind of goes up and down, and I'll come back to this graphic in a minute, but just so you can have it in front of you, look at the numbers. I went ahead and circled the times that he's thrown for over 260 yards. It's been close. Maybe it's been close 5 times. He's done it 3 times, right? He almost did it against Florida State, 254. He almost did it last week against Tennessee, 253. And then he had those 3 games, back to back to back where he went for 382, 276, and 340. I don't know. This is a tough one. So 263? I don't know. What do you think, fam? I think the easy way is to say more, but I'll be watching this one. My final answer will probably be more. And Lenore Sellers at 171. Oh, I'm taking less all day long. Alabama's pass defense is in the top 5 in the nation. Lenore Sellers, if he throws for 200 yards, something went really, really wrong. So, Lenore Sellers, this is your sleeper pick from me personally. This guy is throwing less. Like, he will throw for probably like 150 at the most, all right? Hey, Jarvis, what does the Massey rating say? So I'm saying less on Lenore Sellers, like for sure. Yeah, that's like my lock right there. If you want like a lock, that's the lock. Good luck with the Ty Simpson one. That one's always going to be close. But Lenore Sellers, nah. Think about it like this. Diego Pavia didn't throw for 200 yards. Bo Pribula didn't throw for 200 yards. Gunnar Stockton didn't throw for 200 yards. You think that Lenore Sellers is going to throw for over 200? Hell no. No. Everybody's starting to talk about ESPN, Alabama on ESPN. So I went to ESPN today. I was reading kind of just some articles. And, man, right here, Jordan Rodgers. Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in college football. Like, now you're starting just to see it everywhere. And this is kind of that rat poison that's starting to, like, seep in, right? So you have to be able to avoid all that stuff as we've been talking about. And when you call in today, I want to get some feedback on the team overall. You can really – it's not necessarily a score prediction show, so I'll just kind of open it up. But, look, you know what happened to Carson Beck last week. I think Miami was eating rat poison. You know how sometimes you sit down with, like, maybe like a bag of your favorite chips and you just go to town? I think that's what Miami was doing on their own, info. Carson Beck threw 5 interceptions against an unranked team. This is an unranked team. This is on the road, okay? You do something like that, you go from being the Heisman favorite to an absolute laughingstock. And look, because Alabama gets so much notoriety, Alabama's going to always be the lead on ESPN. It's going to always be the lead on, like, Josh Pate's college football show. That's just how it is. Like, this is Alabama. That's how big the brand is. So you're always under a microscope. Got to continue to play one-game season. Same thing. Here's Paul Feinbaum. And Heather Dinich share their reason why Alabama is their top team. It's coming in. Like, it's almost like there's so much hype about them because they want to talk about them and, like, being upset. I'm telling you. I know how the media works. All right? So avoid the rat poison. Stay focused. I get it. Everything on paper says that Bama should beat South Carolina. Beat the brakes off them. But I tell you what, I'll never forget that feeling last year, because when Oklahoma started doing damage on Alabama, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, I have never went into a game with more confidence. It was almost this type of game. I forget where Oklahoma's stats were, but I was like, man, they got this on wraps. I was kind of like, it's going to be like boring. And then Oklahoma started doing whatever they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? All right. What's up, Dennis? I see your comment inside the comment box, bro. Yeah, the guy can throw on the run for sure. Lenore Sellers is, he's good. I'm telling you. I don't disagree with that. All right, let's take some calls. We got our first call coming in. Remember, this is how it works. If you've never seen the call-in show or whatever, this is how it operates, okay? I'm going to say, hey, what's up? You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where you calling in from? If we don't get that intro, it's kind of like we get off to a bumpy start, right? And then, understand that there's somebody behind you that wants to talk as well. Like I could already see there's a bunch of callers in the queue, which is cool. So have some dialogue and then politely hang up the phone so I can get to more callers. The more callers that we get, the better it is. And what viewers want to see, and I just want to be honest with you, okay? What viewers, do you agree with this? As a viewer, inside the comment box, yes or no? I know my audience. I know who you guys are. You do not want to hear one particular person talk for 8 minutes. You want to hear like somebody talk and kind of get their point, around and then kind of dip out gracefully. True or false? Am I true? Like I know y'all because I can see the ratings. Like I'm watching them, okay? And when somebody like is just like blah 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 blah, I love it because I love to talk college football, but it's not good for the show. Okay, so with that said, you know the rules, and I love y'all, and let's do it right. Okay. So, and look, I just had to tell you the truth because I love y'all. All right. So you know. Okay. So with that said, leading off for the Bama Football on YouTube baseball team coming to us from Montclair, New Jersey, famous for his golden mashed potatoes during Thanksgiving, Chris from New Jersey. Chris, have you ever had a better? Do any of your friends gas you up like that? Like when you call, when people call me, Kyle. That's how I answered the phone. Like if you calling me, you're getting that type of love. No matter if it's my mom, no matter whoever it is, that's how I'm hyping people up.
Oh, Kyle, you're the man, Kyle. You're the man. So listen, I'm available if you ever need a guest host, though, Kyle. Johnny Carson even needed one, Kyle. I'm just saying. So, and I will be quick. A couple things two plays I want to talk about. That I'm shocked that we haven't mentioned it, but I get it. Xavier Brown's play was like history, but the first play I want to talk about is: did you see Daniel Hill pick up the linebacker?
Yes.
I thought that was his best play of the season. He pummels the guy, drives him back. I was like, that's why he's going to play. And then did you notice the similarity between Ty to Isaiah Horton and Bryce to Mechie to win in overtime at Auburn? Mechie from New Jersey, kids. I just want to let you know, John Mechie from New Jersey. So listen, I'm excited. I am a little nervous going. It's the Rat Boys, and I think it's still 13.5 points. That frightens me. But listen, I'm excited. Now listen, Kyle. The real reason I'm calling, and we all love you, Kyle. But if you don't have your black hoodie on for the watch party, you're going to hear about it in the chat, buddy. I'm just saying. I'm saying. And black is the color of the mob. I'm trying to Maxie out there. I'm just kidding. All right, listen, Kyle. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Thank you for what you do. The show is great. We got to get some more sponsors for this thing. Let's get like Chick-fil-A, baby. All right. So listen. Thank you, Kyle. My best to you. My best to the undefeated. Roll Tide.
All right, take it easy, Chris. Love you, bro. All right, Chris from New Jersey calling in. Yeah, he brought up a really good point. His initial point talking about Daniel Hill. I saw that play too. I think it had to be in the second half when he was getting more opportunities. So there was a linebacker who came in and from Tennessee, and Daniel Hill hit this dude so hard that he was like 5 yards into like Tennessee's territory. It was wild. So, I'm telling you, 250 pounds. That's why I don't look at it like, I just look at what happened with Daniel Hill is he's arrived, right? Rather than like, oh, he's better than everybody else. He's a different style running back. So you have 3 guys who are clearly ready, and I think the better you utilize those guys, all the better. And if he's ready for some pass protection, all the better. So Jam, still the guy. Daniel Hill, welcome to the show. Kevin Riley, we haven't forgot about you, and we know what you're capable of. The only thing that I have an issue with sometimes is when you run on first and second down and you know, kind of give a little dive to Kevin Riley, I just don't think that he's the guy for those particular spots. I like Riley in kind of like your screen game. 256, let's do it. Hey, 256, what's up, man? You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
It's Bama Frost coming in from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Hey, what's up, man? You changed your location? Aren't you usually up in Huntsville?
Yeah, I moved in the summer.
No way, you moved to Murfreesboro. That's crazy because I went to Murfreesboro this summer for a golf tournament, man. You know what? Murfreesboro is big. It's a bigger city than I thought it was.
It's nice.
Yeah, and you know what? Murfreesboro is nice. What university's there?
NCSU.
There you go. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I knew it was up there. So, anyways, bro. All right. Well, I'm glad you moved to Tennessee. That just kind of you're behind enemy lines, but there's a lot of people there. So if you need support, you can go to Patriot Life. Mindy's out there. We have some Tennessee fans, so they'll take care of you. But anyways, man, welcome to the show and come with it, bro.
All right, I ain't been on this call since like March. It's been a long minute, but I just want to talk about Alabama going to the South Carolina game. Alabama's supposed to win this game, obviously, but it's on the road. There's the crowd's gonna be going. They're gonna have a lot of momentum. But this is the thing: Alabama has all the momentum going to this game. South Carolina has no momentum. Like they just got skunked by Oklahoma. Alabama's coming off 4 straight top 15, 16 wins. So, and the defense for Alabama, I'm not concerned about the corners. No disrespect to Lenore Sellers, but I don't expect him to have 175 plus passing yards. It's nothing against him. It's just I think Bama DBs will clamp up the South Carolina receivers easily. I don't look at the South Carolina receivers. I'm like, okay, we got to worry about this guy or maybe Nick Carter, but that's really it. But it's just, and even Florida State, they only had 100 some passing yards on us, like 150, and 2 of them were chunk plays. If you take those away, it's like 50 yards. But they ran the ball with 230 on us, so. Lenore Sellers is fast. He can beat us with his legs, and they have a couple running backs who could probably do the same. But, Alabama's line on both sides of the ball really dominated last week. Like, Ty Smith had a lot of time. And that's another thing. South Carolina got Dylan Stewart. Great. We're going to have to double team him probably. And they have a good D tackle. They almost went to Bama, if you know what I'm talking about. And so they have a pretty good D line. So if they can just block for the run game. We struggled with that until Daniel Hill came in. I know Jan Miller's a little hurt, but I expect him to be a little better. And, a guy we haven't seen at all this year, I feel like we need to see a little Richard Jones, honestly. Just to get him, like, 3 or 4 carries. Just get the run game going a little bit. We know we're a passing team, but let's just get, like, 130, 140 rushing yards. And then just give Todd time. And then I'm confident in our receivers to – route up South Carolina's DB. So, I do expect Bama to win this game, but I wouldn't surprise if it would be close. Not down South Carolina. It's just I just think Bama's a way better team than them. But at the same time, South Carolina has nothing to lose. They're not playing for no championship, so they're going to do a couple of trick plays, a couple of plays Alabama might not even seen before. So we just got to be locked in, and we can't let our guard down. We just got to go in there and handle business, just like Oklahoma did.
Yep. All right, man. I appreciate it, man. Good luck to you out in Tennessee. Call back again, man. I appreciate it, man.
All right, I'll see you.
All right, man. Yo, Roll Tide Prods, he's growing up on us. Moved from Huntsville to Murfreesboro. We have some of our young callers. He's one of our great young callers who calls in. You're not worried about the Alabama secondary at all. And, there's a little bit of, I don't even know if it's drama. It's just, it's competition. That's what it really is between Damani and Dejon Lee. And I think right now it seems like Damani's kind of in a funk. He seemed like he was a little bit frustrated the way he played there in the back end. And he'll have to play out of it. Alabama needs Damani Jackson. So whether that's in, a reserve role or if he emerges as the starter again or however it's going to work, you're better when Damani is playing at a higher level. Players go through slumps. Players can play out of slumps. The good thing is Alabama has depth to where they can rotate guys in and just be thankful that the guy behind Damani isn't, you can't take advantage of him. Just like Deshaun Jones, same thing. Not playing at his highest level. You sub him in Red Morgan. Thought Red Morgan played really nice. All right, we go back to lines 8850. Hey, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, Kyle, it's Cody from Crestview, Florida.
Cody, what's up, bro? Welcome to the show, man. Thanks for being here. Go ahead.
Hey, just to let you know, I'm not worried about the schedule with Alabama right now because I think we're more comfortable because of that Tennessee game from Tennessee win. Sorry I wasn't on y'all's the podcast with the earlier call shows. My mom's cornea went well, thank God.
Good.
But I wanted to talk to you about the recruiting that really stuck me out. For 2027, I know we got Trent Seaborn for 2027's quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You see that Elijah Haven, that 5-star number 1 quarterback out of Louisiana back there in Baton Rouge? But he's got the size of Austin Mack at 6'5". He's 200 some odd pounds. He's got that long cannon ability.
Mm-hmm.
The spiral is like Keelan Russell, but the play style is like Donovan McNabb.
Jeez.
You need to look at Elijah Haven's recruit pass.
Mm-hmm.
And Alabama's really recruiting him, and he said he's high on the tide right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I still think if Alabama sets the pace and wins South Carolina, which I know they will,
mm-hmm.
and then they're going to beat LSU, take them out of the playoffs, and then they're going to beat Oklahoma and just give them the second loss if they can, because Oklahoma, they can't win because of John Matea's injury, and they got a hard schedule to go with, and they're going to be out of the playoffs eventually. But I think SEC championship, we're going to go face against A&M. I want that rivalry against A&M and Alabama. I'm getting sick and tired of that Georgia rivalry sometimes because we've already beat the Bucks so many times, it's hard to count. So I want to get that, Texas A&M, Alabama, and then if game day happens and then Johnny Manziel's there, because Johnny Manziel is a Diego Pavia guy, I want to rub in his face a little bit.
All right, Cody. Yeah, I appreciate the call, man. Calling again. I'm glad your mom's surgery went well, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. I forgot to renew my membership, but I'll eventually get back to it. Anyway, I got to go. I'll catch y'all in the later times. Roll Tide, everybody.
All right, man. Take it easy, Cody. All right, good. Remember, I think we had some prayers up for Cody last week. His mom, cornea, she's doing well. So good to hear. Cody with some good points, talking about, some far-out recruiting. And I think he clearly brings it up because you recently had Trent Seaborn, 2027, who jumped on board. The story with Seaborn's awesome, right? I mean, the guy's been Alabama through and through since he was like a little pup. I love the pictures of him. It seemed like he was like in 5th grade and he's out there throwing, maybe younger. And Coach Saban's kind of looking at him. And a couple of years later, he's starting as an 8th grader at Thompson. Isn't that wild that he was starting? I mean, out of all places, like you don't just go to Thompson and, start, as a junior. He's starting as 8th grade. So that was a nice commitment recently. 706, let's do it. Hey, welcome to the show. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Kyle, it's Trevor from LaGrange, Georgia. Can you hear me?
Trevor, what's up, bro? Yeah, it's kind of let's see. We'll go for it. It's kind of it sounds, I think I can hear it. Let's see how it goes. Come with it, man.
How's that? Is this better?
That's like really good, really strong signal.
Okay, there we go. So for me, there's just 2 keys to this game. I mean, one, it's fighting complacency. We just got through fighting 4 top-ranked teams in the nation, and if we're going into a South Carolina team that's not as great, you just got to keep pushing forward, and play the way you're supposed to. And I say we may pitch a shutout here, or maybe allow 1 touchdown, and then your other key is just continuing to build. Like Coach Debo says, build off of every week and get better and better.
Mm-hmm.
If we do that, we win this easily.
Yeah, I saw.
That's really all I had to say.
I don't know, Trevor, if you saw that. Did you see this yesterday, Trevor, with some of the students holding a little protest saying "Fire Mike Shula"? Did you see that? They were walking out,
Yeah,
and honestly, so I saw like the main video. It was like 20 college kids. It wasn't like 100. I would be surprised if there was 50. They're not happy. The college kids are not happy. It wasn't like anything serious. Shane Beamer was talking about kind of blocking out that outsized noise. Look, last year, this program came in with a lot of confidence. And I know this last year is not this year, but I have to tell you, remember South Carolina played Alabama close last year. And this quarterback, he was tough. I think if there was a few more minutes on the clock, who knows how that game ends. I think Alabama was just excited to get out. Playing on the road, wherever you're playing in the SEC, I think is challenging. It just is. Columbia, how much does that stadium hold? Like 70,000? And guess what? This is a Super Bowl. And I've been saying this. If there's any time to like save the season, it's to beat Alabama, right? So I avoid all that stuff. But Trevor, do you remember, before I let you go, you remember that play by Najee? Where were you when Najee hurdled those dudes and stiff-armed them? Do you remember that game?
Oh, I was where I always am, man, right beside my Pops. Me and Pops watch every game together every weekend.
Man.
And, me and Pops jump off the couch, hollering and hooping like, oh, yeah, that's the Bama standard. Just like this past weekend when Zay catches that pick.
Yep.
Electric. I'm sure it was just as loud in the garage as it was at Bryant Denny Stadium.
All right. Love it, bro. All right. Thanks for the call, Trevor. Take it easy, bro.
Roll Tide, Kyle.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right. We got a 659 coming up next. Hello. Hey, thanks for calling in. You're on line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on line with and where are you calling in from?
This is the Baba Yaga calling from Tannehill.
All right. Tell me your first name again. I want to get it right out of respect.
You cool. I hear you say it all the time. It's the Baba Yaga.
Oh, okay. The Baba Yaga. All right, cool. I thought it was like an official name. So I was like, you know how like Tua Tagovailoa, like his full name is like Tamaliala something. So I just, it's Tua. But I thought you said it fast, and it was like Polynesian, and I was like, damn, out of respect, I want to make sure I get it right. But the Baby Yaga is on the line. Where are you calling out of? What city?
Tannehill. It's actually in Tuscaloosa. Well, it's Jefferson County borderline between Jefferson County and Tuscaloosa.
I got you. Cool. All right. Well, welcome. Yeah. Well, we're somewhat neighbors then, man. So welcome on in, man. Thanks for calling in.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, man, I was calling in. I've been a Bama fan a long time. Since I was in elementary, but I've been watching. I've been through the Shula days and Frank Tony and all that. But this South Carolina game, it might not be as easy as we think it's gonna be because I remember 2010, we still had Ingram, we still had Julio Jones, and we went up there and we got smacked. So we got to pump our brakes and you take care of business and do what we need to do. But I think we go, squeeze the W out. But I don't know.
Was that game with Steven Garcia?
Yeah, man.
Steven Garcia, really, that was an interesting thing. Remember Steven Garcia? He didn't really do much, but and it's weird. When Bama plays, and they're always like, well, every team will get Bama's best. They do. Yo, Steven Garcia went crazy. I didn't even cover Alabama at that time, but I was like, whoa, yo, Steven Garcia is slicing them up.
It did, and I wanted to point something out. I don't know if no one noticed this last game or not, but did you see where Coach DeBoer took a page out of Kirby Smart playbook? Well, he didn't take a page out of his play. He actually did something that Smart would do. He called a timeout to see what type of offense that they were going to run, and then he matched the personnel. That's how he was able to get that pick six.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you're talking like before Xavier Brown, they called the time. Yeah, I'm trying to rewind on that sequence. Okay.
Yep. Right before the halftime. That's something Kirby Smart. If you pay attention to how Kirby Smart play, how he actually his whole thing goes, Smart will call a timeout to see what formation you're in, and then he'll call a timeout so he can match his personnel and get his best players on the field and shut you down. Yeah,
and just like Lane Kiffin will whistle, right, to his quarterback because he sees it too. And then I guess they were saying that Brent Venables, he's just like a film master, so he just straight up steals your signs. He's like, I know what you're calling, and that's just it. Brent Venables, I know Oklahoma's kind of down the road. He's a good defensive coach. Like Oklahoma's defense.
He is. I wonder why we never went after him as a defensive coordinator.
And I always felt that he didn't get enough credit because he was kind of like living in Dabo Swinney's shadow, right? I always felt that those teams were so good. And you kind of look to when he left, Clemson's kind of, gone the other way, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But man, he's good, and that quarterback, if he's healthy, who knows? But anyways, yeah. Look, any game,
crazy, but
any game in the SEC,
LSU game.
Yeah, any game in the SEC will be tough. The LSU game.
And, yeah, we're going to the LSU game, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, that's another good quarterback. Garrett Nussmeier, John Mateer. I mean, it kind of goes on and on. Anything else, Baby Yaga?
No, that's it. That's it, man. Y'all have a blessed day, and God bless you, and keep doing what you're doing, brother.
All right, man. All right, take it easy, baby. Thanks for calling in, bro. All right, okay. The Baby Yaga calling in from Tannehill. Like I said, I live in Tuscaloosa, but I'm not even sure where that's at. So I'm gonna look it up. I guess it's kind of just outside. As you know, I'm always trying to learn different places and stuff like that. I guess we're just next door neighbors. How about that? Matches Matt in with the $5 super chat. He says South Carolina will win this game. They barely lost. Wait, Matches Matt. This is a hot take. Okay, South Carolina will win this game. They barely lost at LSU. Barely lost at Missouri. Throttled Kentucky. They are Florida State 2.0 on steroids. Man, what's up, Matches Matt? Well, thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, the quarterback, right? He's deadly. He's dangerous. 13.5. That is rat poison. What was Alabama favored by against Florida State? What do we have that, Jarvis? What was it? I think it was, if I remember correctly, it got up to at one point it might have been 13.5, and then I think it went down to like 10.5. I don't know, but Matches Matt in with the super chat, and super chats get on the screen. So, all right, 601, let's do it. Hey, welcome to the show. You're online with Kyle Henderson. Who am I online with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey, what's up, Kyle? Man, this is CJ. I'm calling from Mosby. Well, actually, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm calling from the courthouse. They done got me for not paying my taxes on that Florida State game winning. So,
all right. So, if you forget, so CJ cleaned up handedly, and got sent to the big house. Or the courthouse, rather, for the taxes, because he cleaned up rather nicely. So here he is in today with another call ahead of the South Carolina. So CJ, welcome on in, bro.
Thank you, man. Well, I tried to tell him, I bet against Bama against Wisconsin, and I tried to write that off as a loss, but they said that's not how it works.
So how you feeling about this game?
I'm feeling really good for the Tide. The Tide I've really been rolling lately. I really think we'll beat South Carolina. I know it's a hostile environment, but it's also a 2:30 kickoff, and there's just something about them 2:30 kickoff. I just don't think them fans are going to be as loud as they would if it was nighttime.
Mm-hmm. You worried about Lenore Sellers at all?
I don't know, man. He's still banged up from that injury at Vanderbilt. He don't look himself since the concussion.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't done a whole lot. I really don't think he's as good as he was last year. I don't think the South Carolina offense is near as good as they were last year. But I do think the South Carolina defense, especially that defensive line with them two edge rushers, is going to put pressure on Ty Simpson the whole game. But I think Alabama comes out with the win, but I think it's going to be a little closer than we would like.
CJ, before I let you go, man, your thoughts this year on a player like Jerry Bernard. I think I bring him up because sometimes I think he gets kind of overshadowed, but it's been interesting to see how Ryan Grubb has utilized him this year, even compared to last year. He had some good production last year, but I love the creativity and the play calling from Grubb and, the execution with Jerry Bernard. Your thoughts on Bernard?
Well, hell, man, I think we need to line him up at running back. I think he can just do it all.
You know what? He was close to leading the team last week.
Yeah, against Tennessee, yeah. Hold on one sec. Just 1 second. I do have an announcement. Sorry, I gotta drop the act for a second. That voice is just so hard to do. I do have tickets to Bama and LSU at Tuscaloosa. I bought those tickets like a week or 2 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be my first ever Alabama game, and me and my uncle are going. So
Okay.
shout out my uncle.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in, TJ. Good luck, man. We'll talk to you later, bro.
Yeah, man. You have a good one. Bye bye.
Yeah, it's got to be hard to keep up that accent for the whole 3 minutes or whatever. All right, 813. Let's take it. I think we got Case up in here. Case, what's up, dog? How you doing, man?
What's going on, Kyle?
Hey, Case in from Tampa, man. Welcome to the show. Come with it, bro.
Hey, man, I just wanted to touch on a couple things. I think you're 100% right, and there's no better way to put it. That Daniel Hill has arrived. He was here, and he's not replacing anyone, but he has arrived. And I think you just don't watch the games. If you think that Jam Miller is the issue, not only was he hurt, we don't even know if he was 100% for the Tennessee game, but regardless, Jam is not the problem for the run game. Clearly, in the Georgia game, we saw he was able to run. It's not the running backs at all, really, even on Kevin Riley. Even though I agree with you, I think he's a screen guy, not a run it up the middle. It's not even Kevin Riley. It's the offensive line and the gap integrity. When you look at Pro Football Focus, even our struggle on the offensive line is not pass block, it's run block. That is where our offensive line struggles, and that's why we see so many different people rotating in and out at those guard and tackle positions. And so I think it's just it comes with time and experience and getting the right guys for those positions. I think that we're going to run the ball to the outside more. I mean, as soon as you saw the touchdown Jam Miller got, it was a pitch to the outside, run to the outside. He walked in the end zone. Yeah, so getting on the outside run will be, I think, where we need to focus. But you have to have gap integrity to be able to run it up the middle. That's really the main things, the points I wanted to touch on. But another interesting thing, you were talking about Tua's stats. I don't know if you knew this about those stats or not. In those 2018 games, out of the first 7 games, his stats are amazing. He didn't play a single snap in the fourth quarter for the first 7 games because Jalen Hurts came in and played the fourth quarter for him because they led so much in all of them.
Yeah, watching Tua in college was a thing of beauty, and and that could be a whole movie in itself because when I first got here, Jalen was the guy, right? And then it kind of transitioned to Tua, and then Jalen transferred out. But now you look to where they're at professionally, and man, they couldn't be further polar opposites, right? Like Tua completely on the struggle bus, and Jalen Hurts is, the man. He's a Super Bowl champ and probably, having the Eagles. I would imagine it's the Eagles versus the Lions in the NFC Championship, and seeing Devontae Smith and still doing his work. And, so Jalen Hurts just got better and better and better and better and better. And Tua's kind of gone through it a little bit, but I still love each of those guys. Competitors. But watching Tua throw the deep ball was like, it was unbelievable. His deep ball, it was beautiful, man. Like, just I can't explain it. It was he hit every single wide receiver in stride, but also that RPO when he hit guys over the middle, nothing like it. Like his that was just unbelievable. Anything else, Case, where I got you on the line?
Well, you got me thinking NFL, man. But shout out to Mac Jones, too. He's doing good with the 49ers, and now we just need to see Bryce come up,
Man, I might have to get me a Mac Jones 49er jersey. It's been a long time since Alabama's had. I could wear that on the show. It's Mac Jones. So, Mac Jones, man, he is absolutely he just got a $400,000 bonus, right? 4 wins with the Niners, 4-1. Niners 5-2 overall. The Niners aren't even healthy, right? So, imagine if the 49ers ever get one of their starting wide receivers back. Ricky Pearsall's out. Brandon Ayuk's out. Jawan Jennings is playing with like 5 broken ribs. Kittle didn't even get a target last game. So, CMC, he needs some help out there. But Mac's doing his thing 100%.
Maybe if they tank a little bit, maybe they'll get a Jeremy Bernard to their team, and you can cheer for Jeremy on the 49ers.
Man, I love that. I welcome on any Bama players to the 49ers team. They just don't draft Niners. And it's just Hopefully that changes, man, because you see what the Eagles are doing. They're built by Georgia or Bama. You see what Detroit's doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, teams around the league that go Bama heavy, it pays off. But, yeah, I appreciate you calling in, Case, man. Good to rap with you today.
Appreciate it, man. Roll Tide.
All right, roll Tide to you, man. Yeah, Bama in the NFL is like a whole different thing, right? 786. Hey, thanks for calling in. Yeah. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Chad from Miami.
Chad, what's up, man? I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for calling in from Miami, man. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a month or two, whatever.
I know, man. It's been too long, dude.
Working, man. I'm trying to get out of here for a little bit, but I just want to come on and hit a few points real quick.
All right.
So I agree with the last caller. I believe Ty is a better he's kind of like a better version of Mac Jones. I've seen he has command of the offense and he's able to change calls at the line of scrimmage. My main thing is I do watch the games. What I've been seeing is we need better recruits on the O line and D line because the offensive line, we can pass block, but we can't run the ball, and then the D-line can't get any pressure on the opposing quarterback at all.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of recruits we've been getting a lot of recruits that the QB that committed a couple of days ago, wide receiver a couple of days ago, and then we had a DB and an edge rusher a couple of weeks ago. But it's great that we're recruiting talent at those positions, whatever. But I think we need to recruit better on offensive line and defensive line so we can actually help the quarterback that's here right now, and then those who are up and coming. My second point is I'm finally happy that Kalen DeBoer stopped trying to be friends with all the players. Like, he's here to be the coach. You're not here to be friends. Like, last year, a lot of the players or whatever, I guess they're kind of feeling themselves, and Kalen DeBoer really didn't do much about it. But from what I've been seeing lately, he's a little bit more fiery about what things going on and checking players on the sideline about BS and getting their head right for the game. My next point is, yes, we're definitely going to beat South Carolina, but we're terrible in the run game. I think we're ranked like 84th in the run. So as long as South Carolina doesn't consistently run the ball, we should be good. I mean, they do have a terrible O-line, but like you're speaking on Nick Harbor earlier, I think he should play tight end. I don't think he should play receiver because he can't really catch like that. So it's a win over South Carolina, but I think we're going to have a challenge against like LSU, Oklahoma, and then Auburn coming up at the end of the season because they're supposedly trying to get rid of Hugh Freeze. And then my last point is I think we might have to get rid of Kane Womack, or if not, demote him to a position coach because his defense is okay, but I don't think it's anything like legit, to be fair. The secondary is great, but in terms of like D-line and linebacker play, we're terrible, man. I'm not going to lie to you. From watching the games, I see a lot of missed tackles, or if not, we can't get any pressure on the opposing quarterback. So I seen Yonze Pierre come in and did some work, and then also Keon Keeley come in and do some work. I'm like, where are all these players that were recruited that were 5 stars that can't get on the field? What's happening? Or why are players playing out of position? That's what I've been seeing from a lot of the games. So I'm like, what exactly is going on? I think he'll be great as a secondary coach, but I think as like a defensive coordinator, we might have to find somebody else like we did last year with an offensive coordinator. And bringing someone that can run a comparable or comparable defense or where the players know what they're doing and they can actually get to the quarterback.
Good points, Chad. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. I'll hit on the other side, man. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate the call from Miami, man. Stay safe and call again next time.
All right, same to you.
All right, man. Take it easy. Yeah, Chad had a lot of points there. I think when you look to, this morning I opened up on my monologue talking about Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer specifically. And I think when you look to the defense, you're like, is the defense kind of the weak point? Can the defense be kind of, who we need them to be to really make a run? I think a lot of people are still questioning that, specifically looking at the rest of the schedule, right? I get it, where South Carolina is statistically, but you do have a quarterback that can run. They are going to run the ball in this game to try to, keep, time of possession. That's going to be one of the critical factors going forward. But, I mean, LSU, dangerous. Regardless of, what we might think about them, they're dangerous. Same thing with Oklahoma, too. I mean, we found out last year. And then the back end of the season, you can't lose that game to Auburn. And remember, that quarterback can run all over. So, can Kane Womack continue to make weekly improvements? And what we've seen is we have seen defense take steps forward, and we have seen the defense step up when players go out, but we have seen the defense just come up with plays, right? I mean, I always talk about, 3 critical plays, really 4 that they've made this season. One was last week by Xavier Brown. Another one was that 4th down stop against Georgia. Another one was the interception by Keon Sabb. Another one was on special teams defense by Dre Washington. So the guys have came up and they have stood up. So that's kind of something that we are watching going forward. And can the Alabama defense in this day and age, limit teams from scoring high-level points? And they also have done that too, right? I mean, Alabama's game plan is they want to win time of possession so they don't get in a shootout. Not that they can't beat you in a shootout, but just they don't need to do that because they don't want to put the defense out longer than they have to be. But anyways, a good call, and I appreciate it. Ebony Carter, what's up? I see you inside the com box. Good for you to swing on through. And, for everybody else that showed up late, what's up? I appreciate you being here. Thomas, what's good, man? Good to see you inside the com box. We got a 251. Hey, thanks for being patient. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where you calling in from?
Hey, what's up, Kyle? It's Mattress Matt from Mobile.
Hey, Matt, it's a little bit staticky.
Is it? I'm in a bad area.
Just get to your point, and then you can hear it. So just get to your point. I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm a big Alabama fan. I contribute to the program. I'm going to be cheering like heck for Alabama to win this game, but I'm also not somebody that avoids reality. The reality is this is Florida State 2.0. We could not stop Castellanos, and Lenora Sellers is even better than Castellanos. The Florida State players the South Carolina players are bigger and faster than Florida State, and we're going into this game just thinking that we're going to cruise on. Everybody's saying that we're going to win, but Vegas already keeps going down on the line. This is a trap game, no matter how it feels. It's a trap game, and we're not going to be able to stop Sellers, and I think we're going to lose this game.
All right, Mattress, Matt in with the call. I'll answer on the other line, Matt. Thanks for calling. It was a little staticky, but I did hear him. Did you guys hear him okay? I think there is kind of words to be concerned about in regards to the quarterback play. And it's mind-boggling that he only has 5 passing touchdowns and only, 2 interceptions this year. I know he had a concussion where he missed half of the game, but he has played a good amount of snaps this year. I don't know. I guess the line is coming down. I don't know. I've always looked at this game with a little bit of worry just because it's on the road. I remember last year, but man, South Carolina's just been on the struggle bus, and you pair it up with the stats, man, and you kind of pair that up with how Bama's been playing, and then Alabama understands right now with Coach Kalen DeBoer, once he puts on that black hoodie, it's like a Superman cape. So, we'll see, but certainly not a team to overlook. No team in the SEC. 256. Hey, welcome to the program. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
This is Mr. Philando Matthews from Campfield, Alabama, Tallapoosa County.
All right, Philando, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Welcome on in, Philando.
Yes, sir. Hey, Kyle, all right. This past weekend, the Tennessee game, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, what I looked at the only thing Tennessee had was Joey Aguilar, and they had that guy Braswell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they had that tailback, right?
Yep.
All right. The game plan for this week, what Alabama going to do when they go to South Carolina, Columbia, all they got to do is just shut Lenore Sellers down. They got 2 receivers, and we got the game. Because I don't think South Carolina defense can't stop Alabama offense.
Mm-hmm.
And my prediction, Alabama win this one big, 49-10. Mm-hmm. What you think?
Yeah, usually I make my score predictions kind of later on in the week, but I have to tell you, I feel, with high confidence and kind of like you said. I mean, if you shut Lenore Sellers down, I don't think they have a lot of options. And man, it's been hard to stop Alabama's offense from, time of possession. I mean, Tennessee tried to do that a little bit. That's been the closest it's been. But with Ty Simpson operating at the level he's operating at, man, the guy just don't make a lot of mistakes. And can you imagine if Alabama somehow finds its running game? I know someone inside the comment box was like, maybe this isn't kind of the world of college football anymore, is running the ball. I don't know if I agree with that or not yet, but I do know what I'm seeing. And, man, Ty is a lot better than I thought he was going to be. Not to say that I didn't think he was capable, but 18 touchdowns and 1 interception, the guy operates this offense at the highest level. And I was actually talking with a buddy this morning at workouts. He was like, what stands out to me, Kyle, about Ty Simpson the most? And I was like, what's that? He was like, his pre-snap reads. And now as we watch, like, these experts, probably like a Brooks Austin, right, film guy, man, Ty gets to the line, and he makes calls. And that's why he always lets that play clock down to like 2 seconds because he's out there coaching guys around, and then he snaps it, right? And then he doesn't make a bad decision, whether that's protecting himself or whatever he's doing. So, man, he's playing at an ultimate level, and Bama's been rolling. I think they go into the South Carolina one, avoiding the rat poison. I think this team knows that, a loss is fatal, kind of. And really, theoretically, it's not because they haven't lost an SEC play, but they will be held. Okay. If they lose to South Carolina, they would go, I promise you, they go down like 20 spots. Okay. So, right? Oh, yeah. You agree with me on that? They would.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something, Kyle, about Alabama. Like I told you earlier this year, I can feel the spirit. This is a very special year for Kalen DeBoer and the Alabama Crimson Tide and the whole staff. Like I told you now, all right, Alabama going to go 15-1. We're going to win the national championship. You can bet your bottom dollar on that now, Cal. I want you will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
All right. When we go 15-1, I want you to call me on my phone and congratulate me because we're going to win the national championship in January. You can bet it.
All right, Philando. Okay? That's cool, man. Yeah. How about this? I'll go have a coffee with you. Better yet. So,
okay.
Yeah, we'll meet up. All right. Take it easy, Philando.
Thank you, man.
All right,
yes,
man.
Sir.
See you, bro. All right. Good call from Philando out in Tallapoosa. So good calls today. I appreciate it. Any calls that you guys have, I'm welcome to take them. I really appreciate you guys calling in the show and giving feedback. Now, I do have to say this. I just got a text in. Toby, our good friend out in Leeds, right? So this is for Toby. Toby has I think we're around the same age. Okay, he's the biggest fan in Leeds. He has cerebral palsy. I met him when I used to go to the games, right? I talk about Toby. Sometimes I'll show a photo of him. But he just texted me and said that his mother, passed away peacefully. So he wanted some prayers from the comment box. So if we could just, show our support for Toby out in Leeds and wish him, in his family, peace, and, having his mother, pass away. So, Toby, we love you, bro. And, from all the Alabama fans, I think I speak for a good amount and say that, we have prayers for you, Toby, and you'll get through this, and we got your back. So, Toby out in Leeds with the text. And Toby always texts his score prediction show. I might not always get it up, but he always texts me the score prediction. So, I'll do a better job to make sure Toby's score is kind of amplified on the screen. So, with that said, I think that's a good place to stop for the show today. We have Coach Kalen DeBoer in his SEC teleconference at 11:30. If there's anything that kind of pops up or like the injury or whatever, I'll bring it to the Facebook channel. Tonight at 7:10 p.m., you do get the first student availability report. So if there's any guys that are like injured or kind of pop up on that list, I'll bring that to you on the Facebook channel, and we'll see about maybe a nightcap tonight. We'll see how it goes. I know the nightcap schedule is a little bit, fluctuates a little bit more fluid. Monday night is usually a good night to have a nightcap, and maybe Wednesday night too. So we'll see. So keep your heads on a swivel. Always turn on those notifications so you know when videos are about to drop or content or whatever. So a lot of news, it always happens, and yeah, you guys like the nightcaps. I do too. So. Thanks for kicking with me always right here on Bama Football on YouTube. October 22nd. Yo, October 22nd. That's crazy. We are moving through this college football season in Alabama right now. 6-1 going into another SEC game. Thanks for kicking with me. I appreciate you. Have you guys seen the outro? You guys seen the outro, right? Some of you have. Some of you might not have. All right. Here we go. Guys ready? Don't be expecting the freestyle. We had the freestyle in the nightcap, right? Who caught that? Thanks for watching Bama Football on YouTube, live every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Time, or as major news happens. I appreciate y'all kicking it with me right here on Bama Football on YouTube. If you could run the thumbs up out, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll be back with another video shortly right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Stay where your feet are at. And I'll catch you soon right here on